Alright, what's up everyone? So today we're working on the Jeep and we're installing our new LED lights that we bought. So originally we bought these lights here off of eBay. They're like $39. And my whole goal was to just put these things in, see if I even like the style of them, because I really didn't want to get rid of the retro look. But my whole thing is being able to see at night when you're going through the woods is kind of important. And I didn't want to put like no big bulky like LED bar or anything like that. And you know, KC lighting and all that stuff can get kind of pricey, and if you don't even want that stuff on your Jeep, you know. So we wanted to opt to just going with this. So I did not want, well, you can see here they're like LEDs here on the side, you know, and honestly in the video here they might not look as bad, but in person they look way cheesier. And that's how kind of how the whole light in general felt was cheesy. But I'm going to show you the lighting here instead of talking guys' ear off. So the lighting here, as you guys can see, is really good. I was really happy with it. I wasn't getting flashed too bad or anything like that. So it seems like it actually projected well out. So my prediction here is that our new LEDs are going to maybe perform a slightly better, but I don't see a huge difference as far as performance on how bright it is. I see it being more of quality and how it's made and all that. Since obviously I've already opened them and, you know, looked at them, I could definitely tell you they seem like they're better made. So these have lasted us about a year, but the Jeep is stored indoors most of the time. Doesn't catch a lot of outside stuff and all that, but we're gonna get their new lights out, show you guys those, and see what you guys think. Alright, so I don't mind the garage, a bunch of random stuff going on. We just had a party here and all that. But, yeah. So this is our new lights right here. And I tell you, what sold me on these lights, they didn't have that gawky, like, light thing or whatever on the sides. And unfortunately, in this video, I apologize, won't be able to show you the highs, because every time my high switch is messed up. So all I got is lows right now, and I've never been, like, too worried about it, because just even with the normal lights, it's super bright and I never need them, but I am going to get that fixed. But as far as just reviewing the quality of the lights and all that, so I mean, these things, I mean, you can see in the video, they look super good, and they got a little bit more weight to them and all that, and they just feel like they're, so there you go. Now you could really see it. Now that I got the garage door shut, you can get a little bit better light on it. I mean, this feels cheaper. Everything about this just feels better. So it just feels quality made. Now this light here, we actually caught on sale, almost 50% off actually. It was only a temporary sale. I think it was maybe a holiday sale, but originally the price, these things are close to $200. They're going to be $200 by the time you check out and it's to your door. It's going to be about 200 bucks. So obviously there's way more expensive lighting you could probably go with and all that, but I feel like $200 is a decent price as far as that's a good amount of, you know, money to spend on headlights. So for something that's so simple on a Jeep, being a standard, you know, 7-inch round light. So we're gonna pop these puppies out, and because I already know, I've already actually started making this video and then I had to redo everything, is that those lights aren't gonna fit in this housing here because of the way the cup is on the inside. So the cheap ones actually fit. So honestly, it's not only just the $200, but we had to buy these brackets that our buddy's already done this, and he said it worked. They're actually brackets meant for a Harley Davidson. So those cost us $20 a piece. And I'm going to show you exactly what it is, because the bucket on these here won't allow the whole headlight to go in. So you got to get ones that have pretty much are bucketless, so it allows the headlight to go further in. And he told me there was only a slight modification, so it's really kind of a two-thing video going on here, because not only are we testing between cheap and expensive LEDs, but we're really showing you how to install these LED lights into your Jeep. Because, well, yeah, you know what? They did sell this bracket on the site that we bought these headlights from, but they wanted, I forgot how much it was, but it was a crazy amount. Like, they were definitely, it was like, I'm just going to throw a number out there without looking it up, like 70 or 80 bucks. And I believe that was I don't know if that was per light. I guess if it was, no, it had to be more. It was like it was outrageous. So here we are. We got these. They should work. If they do work, I'm definitely gonna put the link in the description and all that. But we're gonna get at. All right, so it did take us a minute to figure things out here, but here I'm gonna show you. This is what the old buckets look like right here, right? And this is where we actually hit with our new LEDs. So that's kind of the issue, right? We actually got our one mounted in here already, and she's looking pretty good. I'm going to show you guys here what my complaint is. It's not, which my buddy did say we had to modify. Where's my other, oh, here it is. So he did say we had to modify, right? And he's really just talking about a screw hole. But good thing with Jeeps, everyone's different. Because his is actually a fiberglass body, and this one here is a steel body. Which means they didn't produce, as far as I know, fiberglass bodies in 79. They were steel bodies. Usually if you have a fiberglass body, it means it's aftermarket. So here's our bracket that we got off of Amazon. And this here, where that slot is going to be your top, because that's where your beauty ring will go into. Honestly, this should be more of a how-to on install these lights. Okay, so this is initially how it will go. We'll get our one hole lined up there, and then we're going to drill a hole right there, and then we'll find like this tab right here. We'll probably drill a hole in the bracket, so we at least have 3 holes to line up here, right? So that's the first step of modification to get the actual ring on, okay? The nice thing is it comes with a new, as far as ring to hold the actual headlight in. One of ours were broken and they were looking pretty beat. So this is actually, you can see it's got the fresh one holding it in, which is nice. I started the Jeep. And this Jeep's got a pretty decent cam to it. So it's on like a spring system. Oop, can't. You can see it's got springs and all that. So that's what you really kind of see working right here. But when the Jeep was running and all that, it wasn't shaking. It's very firm. You got your screw down here that actually lines up and goes in. It looks pretty even. Yeah, I'll give you a... this stuff may fall off. Try to keep it on. I'll give you guys a quick startup just to show you guys that it won't move and it shouldn't be an issue. So, you see, it's not moving, and the headlight's firm, so you don't have to worry about that. It's just really your beauty ring. So it's just your beauty ring that has a little movement to it, but the headlight's solid. So I'm really this far into it. I really just want to try it out. Great thing about this is it's very light modification. If I don't like it, I could always go back to stock. So if this doesn't make me happy, what I was personally going to do is I was going to go all the way back to whether I buy just a plain lens and put my own LED in there, or I was going to modify one of the stock actual bulbs that you buy from like Napa or whatever and place my own LED in there. You know, and it wouldn't be hard. You just drill a hole in the back and you put your light in there, but then you got to seal it up and it wouldn't be a problem. So, but we're going to do this way first. The other thing is it does stick out a little further. The light did look pretty good coming from it, but we're going to get this other one in, and then we're going to show you guys the light shooting out. And if my editing skills is decent enough, I will try to do some type of side-by-side comparison or some sort to show you guys the cheap LEDs and then the expensive LEDs. Like I said, I really don't think there's going to be that much of a difference. I do wish I could show you guys the highs, but I think we're going to get a good example of the lows, which is the most important thing because that's what you're going to be driving on mostly. So yeah, let's get this sucker done. All right. All right, so just to show you guys one more time what I'm talking about. So this is your new bracket. See how there's all the room in the world back here now? That's the difference between running one of those and one of these. The other modification that we have to do, which is a little bit more permanent, I should say, I guess. This is what kind of made me a little iffy, is that you see in the side of your beauty ring right here, how wide that is. The slot for this one here, you can see right there, is not as wide. So we did have to grind that down. We kind of freehand it on this one here. Probably took a little extra off, but doesn't seem like it's going to make the difference as long as it slides in there. So our thing with that, if you could see how our beauty ring, you know, it has its imperfections. So the way, again, I looked at this didn't work. Worst thing's worse. I got to finally buy some new one of these. All right, so we're going to wrap up the video here with showing you guys the lights. And what I could see as far as, it looks like it's a way cleaner, more balanced light, in my opinion. But honestly, it's about the same brightness. So the other thing I'm going to nitpick about these lights is that you probably can't see it, but I don't know if it's a material or what, but I cannot get these things to clean, and I'm using clean microfibers with glass cleaner, and honestly, I'm not a fan of how they look up close. They kind of look, they scratch really easy. I'm going to reach out to this company for sure, because that's bogus. $200 lights, and that's how they look, is pretty crummy. So honestly, I'm not a fan. I'm actually pretty disappointed in these lights. They look good for brightness and all that, but and they look good like that too. They do look good. You can see I probably had that bracket just slightly off, and I don't even know if those brackets are truly going to work for us. I'm not 100% liking how they mounted up. Some of the modifications and all that, and how we drilled the holes and how it could barely hit some of the tabs and all that, caused us to have a little bit of veer there. And I tell you this, I don't know, can you guys see that? See, okay, so you can see it a little bit. Look at those scratches. Like, I peeled off their little gooey coating or whatever, and I installed them. That's how these, you know, lights have, you know, been. Like, even these cheap ones here, I mean, they got a couple scuffs on them, but they don't look horrible. These here, I was cleaning with the microfiber, and I must have caught a little dirt or something, and it put a scratch going all the way across. So that's a big turnoff for me right there. I was expecting a little bit better quality for such an expensive light. So I'm definitely gonna leave the brand name of these lights in the description and all that, so you guys can, you know which ones I bought. I am gonna reach this company because this is bogus. You know what, let's try another cleaner real quick. Let me get a different cleaner out. All right, so we've been like through 3 microfibers now, and I busted out the old Grouts microfiber, which this one here is like your cat's meow, like your baby's blanket kind of thing. Like, these things are awesome. When the light is off, you can see they look pretty dang good, right? They're not too shabby. That looks good. So here's the lights on again, and now you can just see how the minor scratches, the fogginess in the lens. Maybe $200 isn't a lot, I guess, for maybe headlights. I don't know. I mean, it's a lot to me. So not the biggest fan. They're doable for sure, and I guess now I wish I would have looked more into the stock ones, maybe do a comparison, but whatever. Probably should have, right? Maybe we'll do a because I'm probably gonna give these other lights to my buddy, and they're gonna put in their TJ, so maybe that'd be like a good comparison video we can do to come back to this video, as far as a side-by-side comparison and all that, and really break them down. And maybe I could have my highs, you know, hooked up by then, so then we could really get a good judgment. So that's probably about it for these. I'm gonna see how the brackets work. I'm a little still Not the biggest fan of that. And if you actually push up on this and flex it enough, that beauty ring will pop out on the top, since it only has one screw to hold it in, which I don't understand that design. You know, it wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world to make it a, you know, have a couple screws on it. But whatever, it is what it is. Works on everything else. If this becomes a bigger issue, we'll buy new beauty rings, and we'll spend the money or whatever it is to have the brackets that they say that work, instead of using these pretty much universal ones. So that's about it for today's video, guys. That's this old CJ here. We'll be doing more fresh videos on her. We got a lot of work to do her this summer. Good stuff, you know, all that. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you later.